Aye, we give you the facts. It's not what you think. Popeye Newsling, Young King, 1 yard, bless.
Good morning, Popeye. Grandma watch Popeyes every morning and every night.
Greetings, viewers and subscribers. So today, I have two exclusives for you. You will not hear these stories anywhere else unless them come over here, so come copy. I have done a lot of diggings into both stories. I implore you to listen both of them to the very end. Both stories have one thing in common. Now, later on today, I'm going to be giving you the news roundup. Now, back to the stories. Both stories, they have one thing in common, or one reason for the genesis of both of them. Lottery scamming. So, before I tell you about these two stories, question. Did you know that lottery scamming in Jamaica, it started in the call centers? And this is not me saying that all call center workers are scammers. No, the majority of call center workers, they are decent, honest, and hardworking individuals who want to earn a honest living for themselves and their family. But the truth be told, a minority of the call center workers are the opposite of that. And the fact is, lottery scamming in Jamaica started at call centers. You might be living in the United States of America or Canada or any other country, and you call to speak to a customer service rep for Walmart or Air Canada or Vistaprint or any one of those big companies. It is likely that the customer service rep that you're going to be speaking to is at a call center right here in Jamaica. They are sitting in a room looking at all your information to include credit card information. Are you following me? Well, we are learning that on Wednesday, March 1, 2023, about 1:30 in the afternoon, the Lottery Scam Task Force, acting on intelligence, they carried out a raid at one of these call centers at the Montego Bay Freeport in the parish of St. James. A female who worked at the call center, her name is Sabrina Owens. She is 29 years old and she's a customer service representative. She's living at Montego Heights in the South Spring area in the parish of St. James. Sabrina, she was suspected to be involved in lottery scamming and she was the target of this raid. We are told that the police, they accosted Sabrina. Her handbag was searched and a notebook was seen in her handbag. This notebook, it was checked and it allegedly contained names, addresses, as also credit card and banking information for persons living overseas. Her cellular phone was also checked and it is alleged that she was using her phone to take on-screen photo of persons' identity information. It is alleged that a lot of photos with such information was found on Sabrina's phone. As a result, 29-year-old Sabrina Owens, she was arrested and charged for 1. Possession of identity information and 2. Possession of access device. So Sabrina, she'll be going to the courts shortly to face a judge. Now, on to the exclusive stories. Yesterday, I told you about the killing of that man on your screen. His name is Adrian Grizzle. He was also known as NISHY or Boss. He is 36 years old and it is said that he was a taxi driver. Boss, he lived at Montpelier in the Sandy Bay police area in the parish of Hanover. Listen to this now. Listen me carefully. About 12 midday on Monday, November 8, 2010, over 12 years ago, a man named Colonel Grizzle, along with his son, Adrian Grizzle. Follow me. A man named Colonel Grizzle, along with his son, Adrian Grizzle. Now, Adrian, he was 23 years old at the time. Both father and son, along with another man, they were all armed with guns. They went to a house at Montpelier in the parish of Hanover. Now, you notice, I am not using the word allegations. You will soon find out why. So, like I was saying, Colonel Grizzle, his son Adrian Grizzle, and another hoodlum, all armed with guns, they went to a house. At the house were two ladies. It is said that they pointed their guns at the ladies and asked one of the ladies for her son Shen. Both ladies, although they were fearful, the mother asked the three hoodlums who they knew before, "What do you want my son for?" Colonel Grizzle, the father, his response was, "We want to make your sister we kill man in a broad daylight." Shortly after that, Shen's father, who was on the road, he came on the scene and he saw Colonel Grizzle, his son Adrian Grizzle, and the other hoodlum with the guns. When the three of them realized that Shen was not there, they walked away. The parents, they made a report at the Sandy Bay police station. Hear this now and listen to me good. So you remember that incident, it took place on Monday, November 8, 2010. Well, the next week, Tuesday, November 16, 2010, about 8:30 in the night, Sheniel Campbell, also known as Shen, he was 21 years old at the time, and he was the same young man who Colonel Grizzle, his son Adrian Grizzle, and the other hoodlum had gone to his house and wanted to kill him in front of his parents. Shen and another young man named Kemar Rutherford. He was 24 years old at the time, and it is said that he's from Norwood in the parish of St. James. They were driving in Shen's grey Toyota motor car. They were driving along the Montpelier main road when hoodlums blocked the road on them. The hoodlums, they opened gunfire on the car, killing both of them on the spot. So, let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Do you have any doubt as to who might have killed Shen and Kemar? And mind you, this killing was scamming related. Colonel Grizzle and his son Adrian, they were taken into police custody as suspects in this double murder. Now, I'm not sure whether there was enough evidence to charge them for that murder. I'm not sure whether or not they were charged for the double murder, but what I'm sure about is both of them, they were charged for the incident that took place in broad daylight at Shen's parents' house. They were charged for 1, assault at common law, and 2, illegal possession of firearm. The case against them, it was tried in the Western Regional Gun Court in Montego Bay on June 9 and 10, 2011, and both of them, they were found guilty. On June 14, 2011, Colonel Grizzle and his son Adrian Grizzle, they were sentenced to 12 years in prison for the illegal guns and 3 years for assault at common law. Both of them, they filed appeals, and on May 29, 2015, their appeal was thrown out by the court. So, are you now understanding why I'm not saying the allegations? They were found guilty and sent to prison. Now, I am also learning that another of Colonel Grizzle's son and Adrian's brother, he was shot and seriously wounded while his father and brother were away in prison. Now, Colonel Grizzle and his son Adrian Grizzle, also known as NISHY and Esquibas, they were recently released from prison. We are told that since Esquibas was released, he has been running taxi. Well, yesterday, Thursday, March 2, 2023, about some minutes to 12 o'clock, it is said that Esquibas, also known as NISHY, he was on the hustling. We are told that he was parked at the almond tree where taxis usually parked at Sandy Bay to pick up passengers. Our information is that a passenger was sitting in the front of the car when Esquibas, he got a phone call. He told the passenger who was in the car to come out of the car because he was going to deal with something and come back. The rest, as they say, is history. Esquibas, whilst he was driving along the road, he was taken out in a hail of bullets. The mayhem. So let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Have you forgotten to hit on the love button? Have you hit on it as yet? Alright, do it now. Also, if you are over here watching our videos and you have not yet subscribed, hit on the subscribe button. As also, hit on the notification bell. Then click all so that whenever we drop a new video, you will be the first to be notified. We are now over 162,000 subscribers. Thank you again. Thank you again. Enough respect. Now, in the final story for now, and remember that later on, we are coming up with the news roundup. I have some interesting stories for you. So, yesterday, I told you about the killing of a man. I told you that his name is Anthony Myers, but his correct name is Anthony Myrie. He was also known as SLEEPA or Grabber. It is said that SLEEPA, he was once employed as a security guard, and he's from Greenland in the parish of Hanover. There has been an ongoing gang conflict in the Lucy police area for over 10 years. Hoodlums aligned to the One Voice gang based in Greenland and surrounding areas, they have been in a deadly conflict with another set of hoodlums aligned to the One Link gang based in Elgintown and surrounding areas. Early Saturday morning, July 20, 2013, about 4 o'clock, 3 men were shot and 2 of them died at the now defunct Clipper nightclub in Lucy. Now, when I was a youngster, I used to hide and go to Clipper nightclub in Lucy. Anyhow, let me continue. So, on that early morning, 3 men were shot. 31-year-old Lee McFarlane, also known as Lee Buck. He's from Elgintown, and a 40-year-old Mexican who was once employed at a well-known hotel named Ishmael Perez. Both of them were killed. Since then, there has been a lot of killings on both sides, but I'm going to be specific. On Tuesday morning, September 1, 2020, about some minutes to 9 o'clock, broad daylight, those 2 men on your screen. The one to your left, his name is Glenval Myrie. He was popularly known as Pi. He was 34 years old at the time. Now, the one to your right, his name is Anthony Myrie. Remember, I told you that Anthony Myrie, he's also known as Grabber or Sleeper. Both of them, they were at their father's shop along the Greenland main road when a white Toyota Axio motor car drove up and stopped. It is said that 2 hoodlums jumped out of the car with guns in hand and they opened gunfire at the 2 brothers. Pi, he managed to run off, but the hoodlums, they shot him twice in his back. His brother, Sleeper, he received gunshot wounds to his abdomen. The father of both men, it is said that he picked up a pickaxe and he swung it at one of the hoodlums. It missed him and hit the back left door of the Toyota Axio. As a result of that impact, the back windshield for the car broke out. The 2 hoodlums, they jumped into the car, but guess what? Guess what? One of the hoodlums, he dropped his gun. The father, on realizing this, he picked up the gun. The hoodlum, he came back out of the car wanting to retrieve the gun, but the father, he pointed the gun at him. The hoodlum, he then jumped back into the car and he and his cronies, they made good their escape towards Lucy. The gun that the father picked up, a black and silver 9mm pistol with the serial number intact, affixed with a magazine containing 5 rounds of 9mm cartridges, they were handed over to the police. Glenval Myrie, also known as Pi, he died as a result of this shooting, and his brother, Anthony Myrie, also known as Sleeper, he survived. Hear this now. Word on the street is that guy, popularly known as Red Rat, he was one of the hoodlums who were involved in the attack on Pi and Sleeper. His correct name is Odane Griffiths, but he was popularly known as Red Rat. He was 25 years old at the time and he lived at Q District. It is said that Red Rat, he was aligned to the One Link gang in Elgintown. The very next afternoon, Wednesday, September 2, 2020, about 4:30, Red Rat, he was riding a purple high-rev motorcycle. He was riding along the Richmond Main Road in the Lucy Police area when hoodlums on another motorcycle rode up and opened gunfire on Red Rat, killing him on the spot. So Anthony Myrie, also known as SLEEPA, after he was treated and released from hospital, it is said that he went to live in another parish, but he returned to the community of Mount Pleasant in the parish of Hanover some time ago. Word on the street is that SLEEPA, he was involved in a lot of foolishness in the area. His name was also being called in the killing of a chopper in the area recently. It is suspected that Anthony Myrie, also known as Grabber or SLEEPA, he was shot and killed in the Mount Pleasant community between late Tuesday night and early Wednesday morning, and his body was dumped at Riley Road. The mayhem continues. Blessed love, everybody.
Tell a friend for tell a friend for tell a friend about Popeye Newslink and PNL Vlog TV. Like, subscribe and share. Quicksilver sing, if we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. If we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. Hey, crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. I coulda sunshine or rain. Jamaica, no problem, no pain. Rude boy them no out can't tame, but me want me country back. Give me country back. To the street and the lane. Everybody them start complain. Bloodshed, what a shame, what a shame. But me want me country back. Give me country back. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Jamaica, Jamaica, the land of the sun. Jamaica become now the land of the gun. East and north and south when me turn. Country and town, man a play blood a run. Murder, don't you baby me hear them a murder. Cut it out, tell them no gonna further. Man a dead like cans and bird, yeah. Who no listen them a word, yeah. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica.